I thought I started this YouTube channel to help other people. And while that's true, it turns out that there was something else that I really didn't understand. Subconsciously, I started soul searching because I was lost and desperate to find myself. So I tried to fall back into what I know I do best to be of service to other people. Soul searching was supposed to be a place for me to share the things that I've learned about depression, life after divorce, anxiety, isolation, and how I've navigated my way through all of it while still doing my best to put my feet on the ground every single day, if you know what I mean. The goal was to help those who may be at the beginning of their mental health journey who, like I did years ago, feel like they're alone or misunderstood or stuck or worse, fighting thoughts of giving up themselves. And while all of that is still true, I've realized that soul searching exists for another reason. See, here's the thing about me: being of service to others is something that I've done my entire life. And for the longest time, I thought that it was just who I was, a good person, someone who shows up for others. And I think back to the last time that I truly felt fulfilled in my life. And it was when, surprisingly enough, I was people leader at my day job. And not because I loved giving orders or being in charge, but because I always believed that my sole job as a leader was to remove any barrier that got into my employees' way and stop them from being great at their jobs. And it didn't matter what the thing was. If it was in their way, it was my job to remove it. I'll give you an example of what I mean. In 2017, thanks to Donald Trump, one of my employees who was a DACA recipient was told that her work status was no longer eligible for employment and she would need to leave work until it was cleared up. She was a single mother who also supported her two younger siblings all on her own since both of her parents were sent back to their country of origin. And this was devastating for her. And honestly, I didn't know much about DACA or what it all meant at the time, but I learned everything I could. I worked with our HR department, I worked with our CEO's back office, and I fought to make sure that she would have a job to come back to no matter how long it took. And for 5 months, she couldn't work. And for 5 months, I stayed in constant communication with her to make sure that her and her family had everything they need to get by. I fought on two separate occasions to extend the grace period our company was giving her, and I ran my team short staffed instead of backfilling her position because I wasn't going to let her lose everything while she was fighting for her own life in the only country that she had ever known. And when she finally came back to work, the feeling that I had, it was like this itch inside me had been scratched. Being that support for her made me feel valuable. It made me feel worthy. It made me feel useful. And I didn't expect anything in return. I did it because, in ways that I didn't truly understand, being that person for someone else makes me feel fulfilled. And I thought that was just what good leaders did, what good people did. But recently, through therapy, through journaling, through the work that I've done on myself, I've had to look at why moments like that make me feel as good as they do. And I realized something. I wasn't just being a good leader. I was using leadership as a way to feel valuable. My worth was coming from how much I could do for other people. And if I wasn't solving someone's problem or carrying their weight, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know if I was worth anything. See, there's a difference between I love helping people and I'm only allowed to exist if I'm helping people. One is a value, something that's genuinely part of who you are, and while the other is codependency. And I'm starting to realize that I've been living in the second one, the codependency, for most of my life. So when I started soul searching, of course, I framed it as helping others with their mental health journey because that's the only way that I knew how to justify taking up space. If I'm being of service, then I'm allowed to be here. If I'm helping you, then I have value. Bug came to say hello. He is very upset that I'm not going to bed and he doesn't like going to bed without me. I'm almost done, buddy. I'm almost done. Yeah, I had this feeling that if I'm not helping you, then what value did I have? And this pattern of only feeling valuable when I'm being useful, it showed up everywhere in my life and I'm starting to understand why. I'm 38 years old and of these last 38 years, I've spent 25 of them in committed relationships. I know exactly the kind of partner I am. I know what it means to travel through life with another person, but that's the thing. I only know how to travel through life with another person. Who am I when it's just me? When I'm not connected to someone else, when I'm not performing a service for someone, when the only person I need to account for is me. I don't know. And that's that's terrifying. It's terrifying to realize that I don't really have an individual identity, that who I thought I was only exists in partnership with another person. But I can promise you, I've never been more eager to find something out in my entire life. Soul searching isn't just about helping you navigate your mental health journey, though I hope it does do that. It's also about me figuring out who I am when I'm not, proving my worth through being useful for other people. It's about learning what I love just because I love it, what brings me joy just because it brings me joy, who I am when I'm the main character in my own life instead of a supporting character in somebody else's. So, yeah, I started this channel for the wrong reasons. I started it thinking that it was about being of service to you, but I'm glad that I did, because what I'm discovering is that the most honest service I can provide isn't just about advice or solutions. It's about being honest about my own journey and inviting you to soul search right alongside me. So, yeah, this is soul searching. My name is Landon. I will see you next time. Ooh, bug. Your head just got there.